Hey y'all, Sweet Summer Sim here, aka Derica. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me today. As you can see from our intro, we have a cute little courthouse wedding venue. This is very much inspired by true life events because my husband and I are getting married at our local courthouse here in just a couple of weeks. So I thought, let's do that in The Sims, but not in the rabbit hole way, in the actual way where you can do the gameplay yourself. So I built this lot in Newcrest on a 30 by 20 lot, and the value is just under $50,000 or 50,000 simoleons. So my idea for this courthouse was just to kind of just be as traditional as possible, maybe a little bit more modern, but still keep it similar to the I'm so sorry and so tongue tied. Similar to the courthouse buildings that I saw when I searched for reference images on the Google. So I just Google courthouse buildings, and Google said, hey girl, this is what you should be going for. So that is what I went for. Big tall building, big tall columns, very boxy building, a lot of stonework. I went with a light gray stone here for this one personally, but I think it really came together quite nicely in the end. I will say that I did have a little bit of a struggle, when I first started with the build. I don't really have too much experience with being inside of a courthouse. Like, I do believe I had something with a ticket in college once, maybe, but I graduated college 10 years ago. You didn't hear me say that, but so that's been a while. And so yeah, I really was kind of struggling, but I do believe this turned out, kind of realistic in a Sims way. So this building is actually pretty small. There's just one lobby area on the first floor. On the second floor, you actually have the actual courtroom, and then one little small area for that's like an employee area. So as you can see here, I am still cranking away on the exterior. I really wanted to have like those the front step moment, you know what I mean? Like, you go out, you leave the courthouse, you wear your white, you got your little bouquet, and you take pictures with your new partner. Your new illegal partner. Okay, it's real when it's on paperwork. Okay. At least that's what my old folks say. You gotta get it official. And in the Sims universe, this is where you go get it official when you don't want the big fancy lavish wedding, because hey, not all of our Sims are loaded, and not all of our Sims want the attention that comes with the big wedding. So I think that's what kind of like inspired me to kind of do it in the Sims, because the idea of standing up in front of a lot of people and having them watch me confess how much I love my person makes me want to die inside a little bit. I can do it. So I imagine that some of the Sims that you guys create, or myself even, are more in line with that kind of thought process. So this is really fun because when I play tested it, my Sims actually got married at the wedding arch. I did have to do a little pretend and teleport my efficient Sim onto the other side of like what I have set up as a judges area, but it really was a fun build. So this thing is fully built out, it's fully play tested. So if you do decide it is on the gallery under my GalleryID sweetsummersim. And yeah, I do believe I said that I have the lot type set as a wedding venue. So the wedding venue don't actually have any requirements. So they have suggestions, but you can play on this lot without having like requirements. Like, you need, like, for a park, for example, where you need like the benches and the chess tables and things like that. You don't need all of those things for a wedding venue type. So you really have a lot of freedom here. So I just kept it really simple. I think the only thing that I have for an actual wedding is the wedding arch that I put in the courtroom. So this build to me is just a whole lot of fun, And I think it was just more fun and came together a lot faster for me because I, was motivated by my IRL plans. So as you can see, I'm working on this little front area. What should I call this? Like a courtyard? I'm just gonna go with courtyard with a fountain and simple seating. So like my idea here was like, just to have, you know, courthouse employees come out here and have lunches, or just if they have people visiting them during their lunches at work, and then for families after the weddings to come out here and like, throw their rice or whatever, take turns taking pictures and things like that. So I did try to keep this very simple overall. What we're seeing right now, I do add a little bit more detail. Like that's just the basic area, the basic part of it. But I did add like a big flagpole out there in the front, and I added like, what should I call this? Like a brick box around the shrubbery there to kind of make it look a little bit neater there. And right now I'm going around the back and adding what turns out to be like a parking lot. So my idea is just like the Sims that are coming here to get married, or maybe even the officiants or like the judges or the other employees in the courthouse would kind of park out back here. I will say I think I had a hard time like kind of choosing the back door here. Like I wanted it to be similar to the front, but when I ended up adding the stairs on the inside, I did have to change it to a much smaller door, which I think kind of worked out for the best anyway. Like I was kind of iffy about adding like such a big back door, because I think like in real life, if you were to have a courthouse, I don't think there would like be like this big old grand, hey, come in through the back door, would you? No, I think they want everyone to come in through the front, and like maybe even like, what are they called? Like the security, like even like through an x-ray thing, like kind of like TSA situation. I feel like that's what a courthouse should be like, because people are cray cray. You go to court, pay for a ticket, and you leave angry because people are just angry sometimes. But anyway, I'm just adding some cars from Debug. I really had a lot of fun doing this part. Like sometimes I put cars like in front of like the households when I do like a lot, like a residential lot. So it's really kind of fun to like just put out some cars here. I did this lining with the fencing from Get to Work. I use that thing for everywhere, for everything. I use it to like separate kitchens from like living rooms, like the kitchen tile from like the living room woods. Like that's how I use that. But anyways, we have made it to the inside. Yay! The outside really did take me some time, but the inside, I think that came together really good as well. So what my idea here was for there just to be this center area for like an admin that would just be like the hub, like the point person for the entire courthouse. So Sims could come here, ask for directions, ask for paperwork, check to see if they if they can get on the schedule with the judge for judge to marry them. So that type of thing. And then this entire first floor is just like basically like a waiting area. Because I know like some places, like just in doing my research in like how people get married at the courthouses, most places do allow you to bring in other family members, and then if you have to wait for a wedding before you, like you need somewhere to sit, right? So that was my idea here. So this area, I did change the desk because like the star on the front of that one just gave police, and like this is a legal situation, so I don't want it to give police. I want it to give a law, okay? I wanted it to give on paper, okay? Let me stop. So I really was thinking like my initial thing was do I put woods in here? Do I go with browns? But I think I just kept it all neutral, like all this like grayish, kind of like almost like a sterile, you know, not too much fuss. Not too much fuss in here. So what I did with the stairs was I did like a what is it called, like I don't know the proper words to call this, but I use like maybe split level, I don't know, but I used the platforms to get the staircase the way I wanted it to, so that I didn't have to expand the build to get the stairs up there. So if you can see, I did have to change the door because that big tall door was just like running into the stairs, and I think this worked out a lot better. So a lot of the times, like, I really like to make small builds. Like, I've never lived in a studio apartment, but I find myself making studio apartments in The Sims all the time. So I really have a fun time just squeezing as much as I can into the spaces that we have in The Sims. Like the working with the limitations within the game really make it fun for me, if that makes sense. So that's what I did here. I did try to go with the brown stairs and like a bronze and brown fencing and gate, but I ended up changing that. It just was not working for me. But yeah, the center area is almost done, and then I'll get started on the seating. So I did put a bathroom in the back corner, so there is only one bathroom here, which I think is fine, because when I'm somewhere, when I have my Sims on a lot and there are a lot of bathrooms, they choose the bathroom that is the furthest possible. The furthest possible bathroom away from where I want them to be. So I only put one bathroom here on this lot, and I did play test this lot. And when I play tested, the Sims were going around, they did read, they were in, walking around the stairs and stuff. So I really did enjoy seeing how this build actually came to life. So yeah, the one bathroom is the only thing you needed. If you come here, just to visit and not like maybe do a wedding, there isn't really too much to do. Like, there are computers, but I kept them blocked off because I don't particularly like when my Sims visit a lot and just find the first computer they can and stay there, you know what I mean? So I do have the computer spaces blocked off, but other than that, I just have I think the only other thing to do is like is read. So this lot is just strictly, I think it's best served for the specific wedding purposes. It's not really a community lot for your Sims to like hang out. So I don't know if you guys downloaded it or have any ideas of how I could, customize this lot even further. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to like do an edit or maybe like a revamp of this particular lot with some of your ideas, because that's the thing that I like the most about the Sims community. Like, when you make something, you put it out and you get comments, and people are like, oh, I love how you did this, I've always done it this way. Like, that is so fun, and it like really enhances my personal gameplay when I talk to other people in the community and get feedback and other ideas just from chit-chatting it with other people in the community. So we are working in the bathroom. I kept it very, very, very simple. Like, I don't even think I put any wall decor up in here. It's just like black and white and black curtains on the wall. Like, I know it's a little taboo to put windows put the bathroom right in front of the windows, especially in a public lot, but we're pretending, okay? We're pretending. No one's gonna see anything. The curtains are hanging all the way down. So we are on into me like kind of putting some decor into this first level here, I had a hard time with the finding a plant for here because the lighting was pretty weird. Like, I don't know why we have like those type of glitches where the lighting just kind of does what it wants in certain areas. But I was able to find something to work there in that space, and I chose just to use like this bench from Get to Work, which is like, I think they come, like the idea for these benches is like coming with the police department. So I don't know, in my mind I tried to not think, oh, courthouse, police, because my idea for this courthouse was wedding. But I did find myself like going back to the items from Get to Work a lot. So I think those are probably like the most packs I use was probably like the items from Get to Work. I think that plant I just placed there was from the For Rent pack. That is one of my favorite decor pieces from that particular pack. But we're just adding some rugs with our seating. I ended up settling with the rug from the Book Nook kit. Like, it just played into my idea of like the neutrals. Like, I didn't want to do like all white or like all gray or something. I tried to like do like neutral colors that kind of played off of each other well. And I do think like the most color I gave the items in the courthouse ended up being the seating. So I did change them to like a green color. And then I kind of just relied on, wall decor to give me like a little bit more color in the room. So, that wall plant from the Dine Out pack, like I used that thing all over because it just gave like a level of like sophistication, but it was like super simple, if you know what I mean. So now I'm just like adding clutter here in the downstairs. I tried to keep it like really simple because I can't imagine that there would just be a whole bunch of knickknacks or hanging around the courtroom, you know what I mean? Like in these waiting areas, I thought it made sense to just have like very simple decor and things like like magazines and like Kleenex boxes, things like that. So I'm back here in that center area, and I love doing this little trick where you like place the chair kind of out, make it look like somebody's like maybe just away from their desk for a little bit, and that way your Sims can't sit there. Like, I know that area is completely blocked off, but if it weren't, I would the Sims can't sit there because of how the chair is situated. But I finally got curtains in here, and I think this was like the last thing in here that just made me feel like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I see this room or this space coming together, and this is exactly like what I was envisioning. So I think we are actually almost done with this first floor. I didn't spend as much time down here as I did upstairs because I really wanted the courthouse to the courtroom to be the focus of this particular build. But I think it's very like welcoming and like kind of cozy, as cozy as a courthouse can be down here in this section. So I think I just like finish off this area with some magazines and Kleenex, and then we move on upstairs. I will say upstairs, I think I had the most fun like with the floor plan. The floor plan came together very quickly. Like I was pretty impressed. Like I thought I was gonna have a hard time because sometimes I can start a build and just see the floor plan and don't think too hard about it, and other times I have an idea that I just simply do not know how to execute. But for this, it came together very quickly and very well. So in the courtroom, I just put 4 pews add one arch, and I created it like, what do you call it, like the judges bench area, with using half walls. So I feel like I had like a big brain moment. I'm like, oh my gosh, half walls, maybe a little platform back there for, a sim that I am officiating to stand. And I think it turned out pretty well. So what I did was use the half walls, and I used the mannequins from Get to Work to kind of give me an idea of where the Sims would, stand, like where the wall would hit them, and the view they would have when they were standing there in front of the arch to get married. So that's why I do have my little mannequins in here. And I think the only other thing that I add into that room is like flowers on either side of the arch. And then I add like a desk to kind of make it look more like a bench area. I wish I had have like gone in and downloaded some CC to kind of give me something more custom. Like, I'm sure somebody has a CC pack that's just all about courtrooms, you know what I mean? So we are out of the courtroom. I had to take a break in there. I just did not know what to do on the walls, so I copied a lot of the things that I used downstairs in this little waiting area upstairs. So the same benches, the same wall decor, the same end tables, and then I added some bookshelves. My idea on the bookshelves was like, maybe Sims want to come in and look up some statues, some world statues. Maybe the werewolves are tired of the mistreatment, and seeing what they could do to make their living better in the world. And we are into the second little employee area. My idea here for this section was just like, this is the person they come to get paperwork for marriage licenses, business licenses, notary services, like this if the judges are busy in this courtroom, this is the second busiest employee, because they handle all the paperwork, they answer all the questions. Like, if someone wants to come in and see if the rumors are true about Nancy and Jeffrey getting divorced, they can come and get the access to the public marriage records. I feel like that would be like a sin with a nosy trait would really go through all the effort to do that. So I will say that I probably spent an embarrassing amount of time on this little section. Like, what is this? Maybe 2x4 or 2x3 tiles? And I just spent the most time here. I don't know why I wanted this to be like so realistic in my mind, but I really love when like I see other builds or like builds on the gallery and just like, oh wow, you really took the time to put, like I did here, a pair of glasses on top of the files. Like, that just makes it so realistic and so fun for me when I am taking pictures, because I am active on Tumblr, and I love taking the pictures and posting my made up scenarios with my Sims on Tumblr. So I always like to have those little personal, like realistic touches in the background. So if you guys are on Tumblr, go ahead and follow me there. And speaking of following me somewhere, I have been streaming on Twitch. I usually stream around 9 Central, because I stream after my toddler goes to sleep. So if you guys would like to come and hang out with me, I do builds, I do shell challenges, and I'm actually playing out Deligracy's Tiny Town challenge on there right now. So those are the 3 things that I stream on Twitch. So if you guys would like to join me, just follow me on Twitch and you'll get the notifications anytime that I go live on Twitch. Back out in the hallway area, this is like the last thing that I added out here, which is like a coffee slash tea stand. I imagine like the judges and the other court employees would hang out here, between ceremonies and between handing out licenses and such. They would hang out here. And I believe we're just about at the end of the video. So if you have stuck around and heard me chit chat for this long, I really appreciate you. So if you did enjoy this video, I do have more speed builds planned. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think, let me know if you have any ideas for any other builds that I could do. That's all I got for you guys. See you guys in the next video. Bye.